At your orders.
Do come
I
in and
restock
visit my
things every few
customer.
days. So
I
it is
thank
worth
Fine
coming
shop.
back if you are looking for something specific.
Thank you, and enjoy.
Please stop.
Balverines? I've killed 50 of them, with nothing but a rusty cutlass. The moon? I've been there, in a great balloon. It's amazing, and almost never rains. Spells and that, I know them all. Cuisine? Every dish ever prepared, I've eaten it. Inventions? That was me. I invented them. Oh, and I wrote this book. Not impressed? Well, you would be if you knew I was illiterate. And paralysed. And blind.
Your Majesty, welcome to our temple. I lament the forlorn state in which you find it. Before the darkness came, this room held our most sacred treasure. I had lost all hope of recovering it, for that would require journeying into the desert. We have lost so many people. Who among us would have the courage to face the sands now? Thank you. You will forgive me for not being more forthright. I am unaccustomed to asking rulers for their help. As for the matter in question, this chamber once housed the temple's sacred dyes. Our rituals cannot be completed without them. The dyes are made from rare flowers found throughout Aurora and the surrounding desert. Gathering them has always been a dangerous task, but when the darkness fell upon us, it became an impossible one. If you can find these flowers and bring them to me, I will begin making the dyes again, and perhaps our people can recover some of the faith they have lost. We will gladly share them with you, of course.
Ah, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty.
For you, Your Majesty.
Ah, it's the great one.
Greetings, love.
It's our mighty queen.
Hello, Mummy.
Thank you so much. That's absolutely splendid.
Good to see you, Your Majesty.
Things are going really well. Everyone's getting married but me. Which to lead a revolution. How are you this fine day, madam?
Making a name for yourself, are you? So everyone knows who you are. An admirable goal. Me? No one knows who I am right now. But soon, I'll be widely known as the man with the world's largest Thomas Cadekin collection. I've been buying his paintings for years. They're cheap as chips, because he's just a run-of-the-mill struggling artist. But what if he was suddenly famous? Then, his paintings would be worth a fortune. And what better way for an artist to become famous than to meet an unfortunate end? Understand where I'm going with this?
I love the old
Greetings, my
quarter.
lady.
It's so, well, old, I suppose. I never
You're
thought
scaring
I'd
me, Your
get
Majesty.
anywhere so
Majesty.
cheap.
What have
It's
you got?
great.
Nice to see you.
Oh, dearie me. That made me heart jump. And not
Hey
in
there,
a good way.
Your Majesty.
Someone like you should have a better weapon
You've
than
changed.
that.
Why would you do...
Your Majesty.
You there. I hear you know how to use those weapons of yours. Well, I've got someone for you to use them on. Bloke by the name of Alan. He robbed me, he did. Took almost 1,000 gold. It is true, we were gambling, and technically he did win. And theoretically, it was fair. And actually, you shouldn't just have anyone who annoys you killed. But all that aside, my mind's made up.
Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Griffith Smith, and I'm the president of the Albion Historical Restoration Society. Before you once stood a bridge to the site of the old gypsy camp where our late monarch was raised many years ago. Alas, the bridge has fallen into disrepair, and this historical site of interest will soon be forgotten. Perhaps I can persuade you to make a donation to keep this place of such historical significance alive. Another victory for the Albion Historical Restoration Society. Come back later on once the bridge has been built.
The big cheese! It's the Queen! Wow!
Salutations, my lord. Hooray!
Hail, mighty son.
Fancy a delivery job? I've got a letter that simply must reach Brightwall as soon as possible. I cannot stress how imperative it is that this vital communication reaches its recipient post-haste. This is the final letter in what has been my life's work. I've sent post to every single person in Albion except for Zachary. And this one's for him. So, will you take it for me? Excellent!
I love killing Rick.
I've never been shot before. What's it feel?
I should have brought some marshmallows.
Riva rules! Riva rocks! Oh, I love Riva's smelly socks. Riva rules! Riva rocks! Oh, I love Riva's smelly socks. I just love Riva. I adore him. He's just so great, so... ooh, you know, just so scrummy and hot. I've got a great Riva collection. Handkerchiefs, signed books, one of his beards, a hat, a pair of trousers, even a photograph, though it is a bit bloodstained. Anyway, I've got loads of Riva stuff, except one thing. One special thing. His underpants. I know, it sounds weird, but I really want a pair of his undies. And they can't be too fresh either. Best place to look is in his old mansion, where he used to live. Apparently, there was a secret room or something, off his bedroom. His pleasure chamber, apparently. Might have left a pair there. I tried getting in there once myself, but I'm not allowed to go within 100 yards of that mansion ever since... well, I can't go there anyway. Really? You'll try to get a pair of his undies? I can't believe it, that's great!
Got it, mate! Get out the line of fire, you...
You killed him! And it was easy to make this weekend's lemonade.
We thought you were one of the good guys.
What went wrong?
For Queen and Country.
Greetings, my lady.
Hello there, Your Majesty.
Getting struck by lightning is a very bad thing. Usually it'll kill you outright. You have a 1 in 2 million chance of being struck by lightning. The best defense is never to go outside during a storm. Even safer, don't go outside at all, ever. Find a nice big building like an observatory and just hide in there. My dear Reaver, you're a sallow-faced, peanut-brained jackanapes. Yours sincerely, Arthur.
The Queen! Or as Daddy says, the big cheese! Hello! Woohoo!
Mom.
Where have you been, dog? Lots of adventures.
Well
Hello,
met,
Your
my lady.
Majesty.
I trust you're well, madam.
Oh my! Hail and well met, Well, hey! It's the Queen! Wow! I don't really like dancing, but it's okay when other people do it. Wow! His underpants! You did it! How fantastic! I'm so happy. My collection is complete.
Well, hello there. I could use your help, you know, cleaning up the streets. I'm ashamed to admit it, but we've had a rash of jailbreaks, and not enough men on duty to track the criminals down. If you could help us out, I'd pay you for your time. Just find them and drag them back here. No doubt they'll put up a fuss, but you can handle it, I'm sure. Thanks. Bring him in and I'll lock him up.
Majesty. At your command. Orders. At your service, my queen.
Nothing to report, Your Majesty.
These new shoes are so comfy.
Hello,
And they were so cheap, too.
Do you have anything I can buy off you?
Yes. Let's go somewhere good.
You're not going to take me alive, copper! Oh, all right then, just this once.
Of course. Where to?
We think you're doing such a great job.
My
Here,
lady.
have this.
Your Majesty? Here.
Ah!
I offer this.
This is for you, Your Majesty.
Oh, no, you probably already... Do you like cheese? I love a bit of cheese, me. Cheesy, cheesy, cheese.
Okay, put me back in prison then. But it won't do any good.
Ah, they call him the Knife. One of Nigel Ferret's gang. Back inside you go. Thanks for your help. Make sure you come back soon.
hand and I won't hate
There'll be more work, I can
I need a
just
job
feel
done.
it.
It involves fetching something. Can you help?
Very.
Your Majesty, please accept this small token of my esteem.
Appreciate what you've been doing, Your Majesty. Here, have this.
Queen. This is for you, Your Majesty.
Oh,
We
no,
think
you
you're doing
probably already
such a
show you
great
how
job.
much we appreciate
Here,
what you've been
have
doing,
this.
Your Majesty.
If you're not as bad as you make out, maybe you could do something for me?
People love you, Your Majesty.
Salutations, my most gracious lady.
Got too much gear? Sell it to me.
Greetings, Mom.
Oh, Your Majesty.
Salutations, mighty queen.
Greetings, Your Majesty.
I trust you're well, madam.
How are you, Your Majesty? At your orders, Mom.
Madam.
All stand for the Queen. This hearing concerns the future of the Bowerstone Shelter and Orphanage. Paige will speak for the disenfranchised people of the city. Reva will dispute her cause.
You may speak. Your Majesty, the shelter has long been the only refuge for the homeless, the poor, and the orphaned. And until we can change the whole world for the better, it will continue to be their only hope of survival. Isn't it time we held out a helping hand to those who need it most? The shelter is underfunded and the building has fallen into disrepair. Invest in the shelter and orphanage, and perhaps we can begin to create a better future for Albion's forgotten people.
I could not agree more. The city and its people are in dire need. But it is not charity they require. It is love. I propose we use this dilapidated building to help both them and ourselves, for love and money have always gone hand in hand. Let us inaugurate Bowerstone's first brothel.
A brothel?
Brothel, bordello, whorehouse. The name is unimportant. What matters is that the people get the love they need, and we get their money.
Yes, it's for your Majesty to decide. Refurnish the shelter and orphanage, or convert it into a house of ill repute.
The poor of this city have suffered enough. We will renovate the shelter and orphanage.
The Bowerstone shelter shall be refurbished at the Crown's expense.
Thank you, Your Majesty. You've done the right thing.
As you wish, Your Majesty. The parentless tykes and their destitute friends shall have a palace to call their own. Are you a beggar, too lazy to own your own clothes? Or perhaps an orphan, aching for a bowl of gruel? Then come to Reva Industries Shelter and Orphanage, where you'll find food, beds, clothes, and even new parents. No matter who you are, we care, even if you don't deserve it.
Today, you will deal with a pressing environmental issue, the disposal of the city's waste. Reva will offer his proposal. A member of the Morningwood community will stand against him.
You may speak.
Your Majesty, I'm sure you will have noticed a certain aroma permeating the city of late, even more nauseating than usual. I fear it is not merely the stench of the underprivileged. Bowerstone is beginning to have a serious waste disposal issue. We require an inexpensive and efficient solution, and I believe I have hit upon one. Now, currently, part of our waste is being disposed of in the Morningwood Marsh. With very little effort, Reva Industries could redirect all of the Bowerstone sewer system to flow directly into that region. As you know, it's a desolate place with no financial or cultural value to the kingdom. There could be little discussion as to the logic of this decision.
Hang on, this isn't right. Not right at all. We're all children of the soil. It's in our hearts, it's in our blood. It's under our fingernails. What I mean is, we're all equal when it comes to dirt, like. From dirt we come to dirt we go, yes? We who reside in Morningwood have as good a claim to being clean as anyone. And what of Morningwood itself? Its nature spirits, its woodland elves, and water fairies. Do they not deserve freedom from pollution too? Don't destroy paradise with your urban dregs, man. Channel the waste. Be one with the cycle of life. You have all these, like, factories and stuff, don't you? Turn one into a, what do you call it? One of those things, a sewage reclamation facility. Right on.
What shall you decide, Your Majesty?
I have visited Morningwood myself, and can honestly say that an influx of sewage...
Morningwood is to be left unspoiled. We will find other ways to deal with Bowerstone's sewage problem.
The Queen has spoken. Morningwood shall not be used as a waste site. The Sanitation Committee will look into safer alternatives.
Groovy. You are like a majestuous eagle, Your Majesty. You were in touch with your inner innards. Granny Nature thanks you from, like, the bottom of her heart.
A pity. I must admit I was rather looking forward to breathing fresh air, but I'm sure Your Majesty knows best. There is nothing as important as the health and hygiene of our citizens. As such, Riva Industries is delighted to announce the opening of the Bowerstone Sewage Recycling Facility, because there can be no affluence without effluence.
The day is almost over, Your Majesty. Only one more appointment left. Page has requested a meeting in the old rebel headquarters. How very cloak and dagger. I wonder what she wants. I fancied myself as a revolutionary in my younger days, you know, but I soon realized there wasn't much profit in being a rebel, and who wants to spend their lives in the sewers? Page is very influential among the people of the city. It was very clever of you to enlist her as an ally.